The audit is essential because the Federal Reserve is required to turn back all its profits to the U.S. government. And if you follow the money and you find a lot of profits that have been sent to their members, you could actually recover billions of dollars, if not trillions of dollars, by the audit. So I think that's one thing. State banks are another. I think we ought to have every state. In every state there ought to be a state bank, and from a pure standpoint, let the work of the state bank be done by privately owned competing commercial banks to accomplish the work of the state bank. I would pay off, and this is controversial, I would pay off 10% of the Federal Reserve loans right now and see what happens. What happens if we paid off 10% and we stop the interest running? Is there going to be a calamity if we paid off $1.6 trillion right now? Or maybe do 5%. But let's see what happens if we start paying off the loan. Competing, we need competing currencies like Utica shares, I guess that's the name, and Berkshire dollars and Bitcoin and other competing currency in order to really put pressure on the green tax, so to speak.
Well, I've already spoken extensively about this, but just want to clear up some fallacies here. One gentleman mentioned about not worth the Continental. Well, the reason the dollar was not worth the Continental during the Revolutionary War was a question of quantity, and it was not the U.S. Congress that printed too much of that. The British parked 2 counterfeiting ships in Boston Harbor and counterfeited American money by the baleful. That's why it was worth nothing. It doesn't matter what backs your money. All that matters is who controls the quantity. If we control the quantity correctly, there's no problem with that. Number 2, competing currencies. I just spoke in Salt Lake City at the Utah Monetary Reform Conference. It was 14 gold bugs and me at a big long table like this. And but I had no problem with that because the gold bugs have correctly identified the problem. That's namely that the quantity of our money is out of our control. We just differ on how to fix that. I signed on to the Utah Monetary Reform Law, which allows a competing currency. In fact, it allows gold coinage in the state of Utah for legal tender. One other note, JFK was not assassinated that had anything to do with Federal Reserve notes or anything like that. I wanted that to be true. It was not true. I would have used it in the money masters if I could have found it. This is the type of money we need with the red seal dollar bill on it that says U.S. notes across the top. These were issued by Lincoln. They've been reissued 11 times since the Civil War. They're money created without debt.
Very good. Yes? Have you answered?
No, I haven't either.
Oh, thank you. When did I get paid?
When you find out, you let me know.
Hey, anybody that thinks there's any system that makes paper money work that's unbacked by anything, go get yourself a copy of the 100 trillion Zimbabwe dollar note, which is worth about $4 in.
Oh, you mean this one here?
Yes.
I was having that one.
Oh, take a look at it.
Okay.
It wasn't too many years ago, the Zimbabwe dollar was pretty close to being on par with the Federal Reserve note.
All right, we're gonna, unless you've already used your rebuttal, so we're gonna move on. However, you do get the next question.
Oh, I want to get one for the whole thing, it's screwed as well.
Yeah, we're on rebuttal. Yeah. Unfortunately, we're getting on in time, and I have a few more questions. And this one has to do with spending, federal spending, and 75 seconds. What specific spending cuts would you make? I'd like for you to specify 2 major programs and at least one that we would maybe not normally think about, if you can.
Oh, so many to choose from. As we've said numerous times before, the bringing the troops home will be a tremendous relief in expenditures. And then just go through each of the departments, Department of Education, Department of Energy. And of course, my favorite, most obnoxious department to get rid of is Homeland Security.
Yeah.
And when that puppy I said, we have a Department of Defense, and why do you, if you have Homeland Security, that insinuates that you have something that's not Homeland? And it was empire building, so symbolically and money-wise, that'd be probably my most favorite to get rid of first would be Homeland Security.
As to the spending cuts, I would look to end the interventionist foreign wars, which is costing us trillions upon trillions of dollars, end the civil war against drugs, which is costing us trillions upon trillions of dollars. I would look to eliminate unconstitutional federal departments and bureaucracies and consolidate those that remain for greater efficiency. And an example of that would be to, for example, to get rid of the Department of Homeland Security, return its functions back over to the National Guard, where it never should have been taken from in the first place. Our militia has been defending this republic for more than 300 from before the time it was a republic. And so they've been doing a good job, and I would like to continue that. So, also to greatly reduce or eliminate the EPA, like I said, a lot of the other federal agencies, and there'd be massive amounts of cost savings that we would be able to generate from returning our fiscal pie back down to only paying for those things that are enumerated in the Constitution.
The elimination of spending should be done, I think, in order to maximize the value to the country. If we eliminated the Office of Education, if we eliminated student loans, and if we had a federal law preempting all state regulation of post-secondary vocational schools, we would have everyone being able to be trained to have jobs. So I think that elimination of cost is small compared to the value of that elimination. So that's my first thing I would cut back on. Also, agricultural subsidies. We have too many people aren't growing anything, getting huge amounts of money, and we ought to eliminate that. That's totally unnecessary. The military cuts obviously are a tremendous benefit far beyond the money. It's saving lives and many other things. It's just something that needs to be done, and the same is true with the drug war.
Homeland Security is duplicitous, and I think it is a threat to our liberty. Department of Agriculture, Education, and HUD. Things we don't think about. Do you know what we pay in interest on the national debt this fiscal year? It's $510 billion. Do you know what we pay for the entire Department of Defense budget? It's $720 billion. Do you know what the CBO, the Congressional Budget Office, estimates that we'll be paying interest on the national debt by 2020? $1 trillion a year. This is entirely an unnecessary expenditure, the vast majority of which goes directly into the coffers of banks and central banks. It is entirely unnecessary, and it is what is killing not only the economy of this country, but the economy of every nation on earth.
One of the areas where the president has some power. And very often what we have trouble with is people not realizing just how limited the president is. They scream about taxes. They don't want to pay any higher taxes. Well, I don't either. The president can't lower your taxes. He can't raise your taxes. That's Congress. Concerned about foreign policy, the president's your guy. That's where he's got the power. And the budget, spending cuts. Unfortunately, cuts ain't going to get it. We can cut, we can freeze, we can put on hold any way you want to. Until we stop spending altogether, we're going to continue to break this country. You could absolutely take everything out of the federal budget, everything, everybody's paycheck, everything, and leave only defense spending, Social Security, and Medicare. And we would still be putting our children and grandchildren into debt. That's how bad it is. Those three things consume the budget. Certainly we need these military cuts, but we've got to start looking at what we're going to do about privatizing Social Security and Medicare. Now, as a libertarian, I realize, and I think most of us realize, the value and the sanctity of a contract. That's what we have with these people. Our government has a individual contract with everyone that's getting Social Security, Medicare. I mean, it's a big group plan, but it's an individual contract. We need to honor those contracts, but we need to stop making new contracts and letting the younger people have a true future as they're older.
That is, with the $1 trillion,
Have you used it for that?
no,
I didn't ask you yet.
Oh, you're right.
Go ahead, Carl, I'm sorry.
with the $1 trillion cost for the Federal Reserve, the interest being paid, that we're assuming that they're profiting by it, I believe, correct?
Not Fed. Banks do.
Well, what I'm saying is that we ought to audit the Fed because the Fed is owned by these banks, and therefore we can recover to the extent that they made a profit on that. It goes back to the U.S. under the Federal Reserve Act of 1913. We really should try to recover that money.
All right. I believe RJ, you're next up. This would be, I will do one more question, then we'll have an audience question, and we'll have our summaries. I hope we all start as friends. We've been really pretty good, and I do appreciate your candid answers. This one is about a potential municipal bond crisis. This will be a 75-second answer. Some people are predicting bond crises at all levels of government. Should the national government step in to prop up state and municipal governments, should their bonds become worse?
And how long did you say it takes to answer this question?
That's what I wanted.
75 seconds?
No, the federal government should not bail anyone out. The federal government should not be bailing out big banks, should not be bailing out, should not be writing checks for subsidies, it should not be bailing out individuals. And when states get into trouble and they let socialism take over their own state budgets, then the states should have to deal with the consequences. And the folks in Oklahoma or the folks in Texas should not be bailing out the socialists that are taking over California. What should happen is the California voters should throw those socialists out of office, and then deal with that issue there, but don't come running to the federal government for a bailout. And that seems to be what everybody seems to be lining up for. Is I want a bailout. Somebody wants a bailout. This sector wants a bailout. Well, it shouldn't be. The federal government has no constitutional authority to be bailing anybody.